Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LTA North. Spring 2025.
It's very, very critical. And like you say, it was so important that he showed it on. Well, Licorice taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, Licorice does not like this situation. The Flame Spitter is there, and he even flashes
Should
at
do
the
the chase down with Conqueror, by the way. I think that's a very nice little adaptation with, wait a second, another death and flat. Wants to make a quick play.
Okay, Whippo gonna get jumped on here, drops the equalizer, and then tries to flash away. Licorice does not land the taunt, but the Winds of War get it done. That's Lyon. Lyon, it looks like FlyQuest is gonna go ahead and start it up. Two of the grubs pretty low. I would assume, yeah, Inspired is gonna smite that first one. Lions wants to go in, but he does not find the engagement to Masu, who walks out of the heroic entrance from Galio, but now the damage turned right back onto him. Feet of Warfare secured, and FlyQuest pick up a free kill off
Silly
of
here has to flash to get back over the wall, but Busio and Masu do not want to allow the Emperor away from this one. Busio is just going to walk up there with the trample, gets slowed down by the rain of arrows. Whippo lays out the red carpet. Welcome to hell. Azir goes down for the second time this game, and they are going to be putting the hurt on the bottom lane tier 1 turret. Now, Licorice is going to do the same up there on the top side, and he should still be able to get it, but still, it's not as fast as what FlyQuest is doing. They're just always there first.
Yeah, and they get the tower down. It's going to be traded back eventually. FlyQuest, they also sacrificed the extra minion wave in mid lane to go for that play because they allocated like all resources almost to that bot side play. So the push from Lyon, the counter was, well, wait a second, Audiland.
Yeah, Audi could be in some danger here as Busio is ready to cut off his escape. Audi jumping back towards the blue buff to try to get away. He is going to lose the Crescent Guard, and he will lose his life alongside it. Whippo picking up kill number 5 for FlyQuest.
Flowers, it's just looking like murder at the moment.
It's a crime scene.
FlyQuest, before the dragon comes up, they go into the jungle. They find a couple Easter eggs in the jungle there. And then they crack one of them.
And turns out there's money inside. About 300 gold. Feels good.
Wow. There was gold inside of that
Tier 1 tower, summon up the Sun Disc instead. But the Herald is on the Rift. Lyon really want to try to get something here as Inspired gets caught out. Juggled up into the air. Nice use of the Grand Entrance, but it's not enough. Masu's doing a great job firing back as Inspired is still going to be kept alive. Flashing out of the way of the heroic entrance. Audiland needs a little bit more damage, and finally the Skarner will fall. The fight off to the side doesn't even matter. Audi is burning. Licorice is burning. Lion's chances, hopes, and dreams are burnt to a crisp. Completely. Still obviously very scary to be dealing with this guy. 2-0-4 on the Varus. Not even the highest kill participation on the team, though. That award
shut down, eventually killing the Skarner because he was able to get the 3 kills. Aww. Yay.
She's excited.
That
was a big ulti combo.
That was a big ulti combo. Look at that. 3-person Skarner roll. You got to love those, Flowers.
Oh, yeah, it's exactly what I was talking about in the draft. If you can manage to get the Skarner ulti on top of the Rumble,
and who are just being completely suffocated out of any chance to respond, Whippo is going to walk over top of the scanner there as Audi's taking way too much damage. Finally going to get reinforced. The team arrives. Whippo dies. Shut down. Back over to Licorice. But now he and Hina have to try to escape. Audiland's going to take the Hex Gate out, but the other members of Lyon can't say the same. Even when Lyon gets the kill they're looking for, they still lose out on the trade.
Yeah, they wanted to grab a surprise kill, and I think rightfully so. Like, of course, use your sweepers, get into the brush, try and pull off multiple people so you can actually get the kill. And they did their combo. They got Licorice in there, stack up, and of course it went way better than expected. He didn't draw it up like, I'm also going to get a solo kill, and his flash at like level 3. Not exactly part of the plan, but we'll definitely roll with it. Here we go on the push mid.
Busio first to engage and try to stop him as Masu going to unload into Audiland now. Needs a little bit more damage to be able to take him out, but the Xin Zhao staying alive with the protection from the Crescent Guard thus far. Lions trying to get himself back away off to the side as Licorice wants to make his entry. But a nice shuffle comes out from Saint. Hannah trying to fire in and get something back out of it as Quad is down below 100 HP. Lion finally showing some signs of life, but it's still not going to be enough. The Otacon claimed means that anything that they're getting here isn't really even going to matter. Saint's about to burn down the Whippo, and Inspired will pick up another one as Licorice dies. 2, 4 dead on Lion's side, and FlyQuest are just racking up the bodies.
Mid as well as bottom.
This is a nightmare for Lyon, man. These guys are not enjoying this current state of gameplay. 5,500 gold lead for FlyQuest. Inspired, looking for an angle there to punish anybody foolish enough to try to defend this tier 2 turret. 6 Void Grubs and a massive gold lead just make it so easy to continue to balloon those advantages into greater and greater numbers. And honestly, man, I think we're at the greatness level of numbers right now where Lyon are just crossing their fingers, hoping for some sort of crazy overextension, some sort of silly misplay, but FlyQuest just not giving it to them.
Let's see if they can make some more big plays in defense. Hoping to make one of these plays under tower if FlyQuest decide to go for the dive. Of course, Busio on Alistar, ready with Hex Flash and Alistar Ultimate. Can definitely tank that tower for a long time, so you have to be careful.
All right, Equalizer drops. FlyQuest going in to make their move as Busio tries to control everybody, but a nice shutdown over to Saint. Kills off Masu. FlyQuest have overplayed their hand. They are getting absolutely mopped off the map. This is exactly what Lyon needed, as Inspired and Busio are likely to die here next. Saint finally falls.
Right now. What? That's big. You know, Saints have been getting chased around this whole game, but huge stuff from him. Adilan gets caught.
Yeah, Chains of Corruption don't find anything there, but they don't need the chains. Adi's already down. Licorice in the middle of everybody looking for a nice big taunt, but it ain't going to matter. Nobody's there to back him up. He'll buy an extra moment here with the stay says, but Quad has found his way forward. Saint drops, and there goes Henna too. FlyQuest might have goofed the once, but they won't do it twice. Only Masu has died as Lions just tries to waste as much of FlyQuest time as he can, continuing to try to run away. It doesn't even matter for FlyQuest that their AD carry isn't alive, because you've got Cassiopeia to DPS down the super neutral objective. This Baron is going to melt.
It surely is. It's almost gone already before you even finish the sentence. And then Dragon's Soul is also on the map, Flowers. So your rewards for that fight are not even just the Baron. They're going to teleport out here, try and trap Licorice and get Dragon Soul.
This is so good from Busio. He's just wrangling Licorice around in the jungle, just keeping him alive, keeping him locked up. That way this death timer is going to be super desynced from everybody else. He's dead for another, 50 seconds here. There is no way they're going to have him available to try to contest this Drake. Adilan only just now getting back out on the map too. FlyQuest just locked in Baron, plus secured the Hextech Soul.
Man. Lyon, they won their one fight, but the rewards were just a couple of seconds away from spawning, so they didn't get much more than all the kill money.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, then FlyQuest come right back, they win the next fight, and their rewards are everything.
It's huge.
It's the whole game, basically. Those two mega buffs, we're right back on track to just them. Well, we're in the same scene here.
The scene of the crime.
So, Flowers, does it happen twice? Saint doesn't have Flash.
Let's
but
see.
He does have his Azir ult.
Well, unfortunately for Lyon, they don't have the men, so they can't even defend the thing.
There's enemies there, so nicely done.
All right, Lyon wants to go in, seeing if maybe they can find a pick on the Bwipo, but it ain't gonna work. The rest of FlyQuest is already here, and Lions is down. Matsu shoots him to pieces, and Busio finds a beautiful double knockup follow-up, but nobody else is nearby to do the damage to get any additional kills. Now Adi trying to re-engage here with Licorice right on top of him, but the Galio has been turned to stone. A killing spree for Inspired, and FlyQuest will keep the push going. Saint, Henna, and Adilan trying to scramble to make something happen. Saint goes in, and it's a big whiff on the Emperor's Divide. Busio positioning aggressively, allowing nobody anywhere nearby. Henna and Adilan having to go back to the base, heal up back in the fountain. FlyQuest are injured, but they are not deterred. They wait for the next minion wave. It's 30 seconds on both solo laners for Lyon. Their support just now respawning, and it's a 5 versus 3 to defend the Nexus turrets. FlyQuest keeping the push going. Inspired very low on mana. Busio wants an angle here to maybe find an engage, knock these guys up and allow the damage to just pour in. Lions chooses his moment. He wants to go in, but it ain't good enough. The Zai is down, the Rakan is down. There's no way for Adilan to try to stand and fight it. The Equalizer's gonna cook him right there on the fountain. 26-6. FlyQuest is 5-0.
Pick stuff like a Vi and a Bard roaming around. Cloud9 love to play once the outer towers are down. You know, in the mid game is going to be really, really nice for them.
This Dragon, before the grubs, like you say, are even on the map, I feel like normally 5 minutes, 30 seconds is when you're starting to see the late lane swap where everybody just converts. Blabber dashing over the wall there with a Vault Breaker to guarantee they have total control over this pit. Nobody from TL is really in the neighborhood. Core and Yawn are going to walk up now.
They're so late.
Blabber should be able to secure this very easily. Yeah, it's just a Vault Breaker and a Magical Journey. Got to get involved.
Blabber, though. though.
Blabber's doing stuff, but not the kind of stuff that he wants. Umpty working together with Yon and Core here to find the enemy jungler, and Blabber will not survive. He tried to flash to escape there at the very end, but there was enough damage. Still does not feel good.
Little jumpy there, and especially after getting a kill.
Ooh, nice shuffle coming out from Loki. Needs a little bit more damage here to kill off APA, but shouldn't struggle to find it. APA just trying to buy as much time as he can, but C9 tying up the game. Screen, it's 1 plate to 2 over the course of the entire 14-minute early game. This has been a very, very slow game between these two. It's Tempered Fate, another nice 2-man hit coming out from Vulcan, but now the Weaver's Wall to try to defend as Team Liquid wants to make their exit, but a beautiful binding onto 2. Yon and APA are both just collapsing as Umpty tries to defend, but he's still just hobbling away from the fight. Impact arrives, but it's way too late to do anything. The feat of warfare is claimed as C9 pick up 2 for nothing, and they might just look to get some more. Umpty's only got 50 HP remaining, and Impact won't be able to protect him for long. Thanatos takes the first kill, and another one goes over to Blabber. C9 are...
That Vulcan was the one to blow their flashes. So Vulcan, earlier at the Grubs, he blows both Yon and Core JJ's flash. For Cloud9 taking advantage after those pit. TL still, though, on the push out, we can see them picking up another dragon, as well as trading the tower here on bottom side for that top one and the Rift Herald.
And I think a big reason why that fight just seemed so doomed, when you're talking about TL like we have been talking about the way they draft around this Kalista.
There's some more flashes.
Okay.
The towers are already down, as you say. So,
nice. Thanatos going in for Core JJ.
Never mind. Just don't fight that dragon then.
No, stay away from that dragon.
They all have their second items already completed. Do not fight that dragon.
Look at your nameplate. If the first 2 letters are T and L, you stay away from the dragon for now. Yeah, and it looks like that's the call.
Maybe they can make a pick of their own. You know, they've got a Talia wall to work with. They're hex skating.
Okay. Trying to get a little bit clever with it, but Vulcan kind of sees what's going on here, and Thanatos still has a full HP turret that he's safely able to take some refuge under as Team Liquid back over here in the mid lane. The wind becomes lightning, does not connect. Team Liquid is hoofing it up here to try to bring everybody to the battle. A nice true shot barrage from Sven, chunking a third of the HP from both bottom laners of TL, dissuades them from walking up.
1,000 gold.
Now, I've played a lot of League of Legends, and usually that's not the best situation.
And they've got Otacon, the int buff, so they've got Bard can turn off towers. They all have revivals.
You can just full send at any given time. Public execution from Thanatos going in after Impact. Forces him to flash. He wanted to use the ulti to make more distance, but it's immediately interrupted. Hostile takeover. Going to find 3 there. End up doing a lot of damage to Blabber with that one, who will spin the flash to get away from the counter.
As you kill the big one, and the one with their small, they're falling.
Yeah.
And then it instantly kills them all.
Oh,
that's sick.
Speaking of getting instantly killed, APA just wiped out of the river, wiped off the rift. That's the enemy mid laner dead for the next 45 seconds, and even once he respawns, it's not like he has his ulti or his teleport to try to get to the fight. So C9 just see the green light to start up the Baron. They've already got it down to just about 5,000 HP. Thanatos looking to run interference and keep everybody on Team Liquid away. Impact going to soak some damage for now, but he is not tanky enough to do this for an extended period of time. Thanatos continuing the scrap, wanted to go in after Yon, not quite enough damage to finish him off, as now Umpty is back down in the pit, but C9 have already managed to secure themselves the objective. They'll kill Umpty. APA still dead from before. C9
on his charge in to be close.
Back to live, and APA is almost dead again. Thanatos hitting him with the public execution as Sven is just free-firing. This Scion is nowhere near durable enough to survive the gold lead that C9 has built. Over 10,000 gold, 26 minutes into the game. Kobe, we didn't have first blood until 12 minutes into the game, and now just 27 minutes on the clock. It's looking like C9's ready to end it, as they've got the Baroned up minion wave ready to crash into the 2 Nexus turrets. Impact is still dead for more than 20 seconds. Nice catch there on Vulcan. Thanks to APA and the seismic shove, they'll at least pick one, but they gotta keep fighting. Core JJ's about to die. The bailout will not save him as Yon barely escapes away from the shuffle, but APA can't say the same. Now Umpty's stuck here on the front line, and there's just too much damn damage. Yon falls. Everybody on TL falls. Impact's not even back alive. 13-3. C9 made it easy, and they're gonna take the dub over Team Liquid.
Nice.
Standard, you have multiple forms of engage, you have a good front line, you have some scaling carries here, and we'll see how they can match up against 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves always seems to be this team that is kind of getting rushing here, and even on some spicy picks, bringing out the LeBlanc in one of the games, really got the best.
Speaking of River.
Yeah, it could be trouble here. Tomo trying to get out, does use a cleanse, has a flash, gets the first blood. FBI shifting forward, trying to take him down. Can Tomo get him back? Just barely doesn't finish him, but Isles does. It is going to be a 2-for-2 at the end of the day, but it's a 2-for-2 in a 3v2, and Shaden is chasing after Quid here, trying to get another one. You can see more and more people pick this up, even on different champions. Some people aren't the biggest fan of it because they feel like it's too defensive, but against this kind of aggressive and low range of a comp, I think it's quite good. And in comes the Sion ulti, and Quid's got no flash, and it looks like he's got no way out, but River's coming in, trying to turn around the play. Doesn't have the damage to finish Kane.
You've got the Ghost Blade ready on him.
Rather have that than the call?
Yeah. So it's going to be a little bit of a difference there in the damage. Ezreal's also still at tower.
Yeah, maybe he can just try to steal one. We'll see if they're going to be able to do it. Quid does steal that Chains of Corruption. The hook forward, it's going to connect there onto the Braum, and Ayla's in a lot of trouble. Ayla is just locked down and burst down, and now I don't think they're going to be able to get any of...
Oh, wait a second. As we get another chunk up here.
Yeah, Ayla's trying to get over there. Quid with a stolen ulti. Both ultis overlap fully, though, onto Kaney, and Kaney is just too damn tanky. Isles is in between and throws down the Ignite. It's going to be forced to flash back as Shaden popping the ulti onto Ayla, trying to finish him off, and here comes Surdy. River's in a lot of trouble, trying to get out of there, but is rooted up, and Kaney's going to be able to help to finish him off. Quid now running, but Shaden in the back line, looking to take them both down. Nicely timed ultimate from Ayla, but it doesn't matter because here comes Tomo with the piercing arrow. The dogs can't quite finish the job, and Sniper's pushing bot side, but they're going to get the first tower. They're getting all the kills, and Dignitas are running over the Thieves.
They are. Are Dignitas going to be the first of the
They fully overlapped on their ultis, and Quid just got peeled off by Isles. Isles just kind of stood in between him, rooted him up, and Quid was not able to get much damage down on Kaney. Even when the CC has landed, he has not seemed threatened whatsoever with this super tanky build that he is going for, and Dignitas really starting to run away with it, but 100 Thieves trying to get a dragon back here. Soul may be one of their only win conditions from this point, and it is going to be a Hextech Soul, so definitely one of those prime ones, but it's going to be tough to take the fight. We'll see. They're going to look for it. Tomo going to be forced to cleanse out as Shaden's in trouble. In comes Quid, and FBI's here as well. This could be the fight that gets them back into it, but Tomo's still alive. Quid is low on health. Isles will fall, but can they get more? Shaden's going to go back in, but was that the right choice? As Sniper takes down Tomo on the other side, it's Shaden going to fall as well. It's a bunch of kills for the Thieves, and just like that, they're back in it.
Oh, Mega engage on their side. Having a very big threat towards consecutive dragon stacking.
Yeah, I mean, they have a real threat at just being able to fight these dragons, where a couple of minutes ago, it didn't seem like they would be in a position to do so. 10 members top lane, though, both teams looking to try to brawl it out. We'll see who can land the poke. There's a great hook, and the Chains of Corruption both landing on the Sniper, and Sniper is just gone at the start of the fight. Big pick for Dignitas, and the start of the fight is also the end of it. LTA players who wish to apply.
Where do we sign up?
Oh, yeah, you can sign up right over at the Ludwig booth. Just let him know. He's got a sign-up sheet. As Quid going to be pushing down on that bottom side. It was actually a lot of fun watching Ludwig push all the way to, I think he got all the way to plat. And definitely fun.
Quite quickly. I think the impressive part was the speed.
Yeah, exactly. My goat. Definitely, it's fun to see people picking up League and loving it. Quid down on this bot side does have the stolen ultimate here. We can see the Herald's going to get summoned, though, so this tower, not long for the world. They do have Sniper pushing on top side, so likely going to be an attempt at a trade here. But also mid lane again, FBI going to be getting pushed in, and they can even drive this Herald in and get the 12 mini grub spawn because they have those 6 grubs. So if you can actually crash, you get so many of those Void Mites coming out, and Dignitas pushing forward here, trying to get this in. Sniper will claim the top tier 1, so it's a 1-for-1 trade for now, but they are going to drive it in. We'll see if 100 Thieves can find the engage. Chains of Corruption does come down. Kaney going to be in some trouble, though. Braum stepping forward and blocking so much of this damage. The teleport's coming through from both of these top laners. Potentially trying to look. Sniper actually not going to teleport, but he does get the snipe. Tomo
then walked back over for literal no reason towards the Victor Storm and then got sniped.
Yeah, Ayla could be in some trouble now. Going to get chased down, going to get rooted up and burst down. Tomo taking down his former support on back-to-back plays. How do you like it when I'm on the other team?
Probably not a lot.
Probably. Judging off this game, not a lot.
Okay. The only thing going for 100 Thieves is the split push. Sniper on top side, looking at the secondary tower there. That would be a decent amount of gold, but
they're going to try to fight. They are moving down. Is Sniper going to teleport? They have the ward there. Will River be able to find an angle for a steal? Now Sniper coming in here. Isles Isles does spot the teleport. 30's on the side, trying to zone out River. Quid just on the mini wave. Otacon's getting quite low. Sniper has eyes on it. FBI and him trying to get some poke down. Shaden is almost dead to the Otacon. Can River get over there? He flashes in, but he can't quite get it. They do get the withdraw. Quid with the stolen Chains of Corruption is going to whiff, and Tomo is looking to knock him down. Quid so low. Can he survive? He can't, but Ayla is back, and the battle is on. Sniper jumping forward. Katie trying to do it himself. It's him and Isles versus the world, but in comes FBI, in comes Sniper, and they are going to wipe the GAs off the map. Dignitas claim the objective, but that's the only thing that averts complete disaster, because imagine if River stole that, Kobe.
That was so sick from 100 Thieves. River throws out his ulti, and then he places himself to flash over the wall while Quid goes for the engage. Incredibly close, and even though they don't win the flip,
He does have the mercs for the reduced CC. Quid trying to wave clear here, steals that Nautilus ult. They're looking. Tomo is very low in the back, but they will knock down the tier 2 and extend that gold lead back up to 1.4.
Let's try and race Baron or something. It's going to be fight your way in for vision, look for the engage.
They are a little bit split on the side. Quid trying to threaten a potential flank. River on the side as well. Surdy is going to be getting focused down here, and Surdy is taking a lot of damage. He flashes, but he gets hit by the Chains of Corruption, and Surdy's in trouble. Surdy's knocked down and shut down, and now it's Isles' turn to be in trouble. And Sniper's going to get burnt down to the other side. 100 Thieves are having to kite back from this zombie passive. Shaden getting chunked, so is Isles. 100 Thieves have spent a lot of their ultis here. They're empty as far as that is concerned, but the same is true on the other side. Surdy has no teleport when he does respawn. Sniper does if they can make this fight go long. But critically, Ayla and FBI grabbing the honey fruit there. Going to be able to heal back up, and Quid will have his ulti here in a little bit, but Shaden trying to pressure him here with Katie, pushing him back on the side as FBI and River do work slowly on this dragon. Nice attempt at the hook there from Isles, but Quid is able to dodge out, and now trying to threaten to take the gate here. Dignitas have kind of grabbed control in this area, but they're getting chunked down very low, and now the stolen Nautilus ult's going in across the team, and it's going to knock up Katie, but it's going to be Quid in trouble on the side, trying to kite back. River and FBI fighting forward here. Katie, Tomo, and Shaden have them really low and do have them on the run. Sniper now respawn. He's immediately teleporting into mid lane, and it's going to be Surdy coming back as well, but River is taking this dragon. It's going to get down to a flip here. Shaden trying to finish him off. River's at dangerously low health, trying to get back in to finish the dragon, but it's going to be taken by River, and they grab the Hextech Soul. Now Surdy in so much trouble. He's trying to run back to Katie. Katie trying to lay down the covering fire, as is Tomo, but FBI is here and he won't let him out alive. 100 Thieves by the slimmest of margins take the dragon, take the fight, and really low. That's where you can start getting multiple rotations out in these extended fights. And 100 Thieves still kind of playing towards that top side of the map, trying to threaten in towards the Baron. If anyone on Dignitas gets too low, they may look for this. KD forced to flash. Chains of Corruptions does connect there. And in comes Ayla trying to block up for Quid. But look over the wall. In comes Shaden. Shaden trying to finish him off, but he's going to get interrupted on his dash. They do get the kill. Sniper has to flash out over the wall as they are getting cooked by the Victor ultimate. Ayla low. So is River. So is Sniper, but they can't finish the kills. And they go +1. And we'll see if they can find that. Dignitas now kind of looking, trying to get some damage down here on a River who's getting chipped down the side. But at the same time, Isles is in trouble. But look over at Surdy. Surdy's found FBI. And FBI gets locked down by the Chains of Corruption. Killed by the AD carry he replaced. Kaney at the same time, though, getting low as well. Sniper's coming in. Kaney trying to run here. He's down incredibly low. And the stolen Victor ultimate takes him down. Anything you can do, I can do better, says Quid. As he's trying to knock down Shaden and Tomo are kiting back and forth, trying to survive. But Quid dives in. And Quid kills everyone in 100 Thieves. Get the triple from their mid laner. Ace their opponents and take full control.
100 Thieves are gonna go straight down mid lane after that full ace. What a fight, even with the Scion ult. Getting into the side, getting back to FBI and him going down, the rest of the 100 Thieves are able to take over and run it through the base. We got respawns already here from Isles, but everybody else is almost 20 seconds.
Yeah, they're positioning like they want to end. Quid looking aggressively in towards Isles. With that miss, though, I think they are going to retreat. They're going to take their victory and back it up. But Quid's going back in. This is going to get potentially risky as people are going to start responding. But Isles is just too far up. Isles going to flash out. He's going to go down anyway and loses the ulti. And now you're down a man for the Elder that is up here, so they probably can't even contest that. River and FBI are just going to start it.
Quid is a beast, and 100 Thieves here with the Soul looking to finish off the Elder. I don't think there's a world where Shaden gets over here for another exciting smite fight. It's just too far away. It's burning down too quickly. This game has been full of them, but this is not going to be another chance. And now, with the Elder, you get to move straight over to Baron, and there's no way Dignitas can fight you on the Baron because you have the Elder buff, and then you get to go knock on their door with all of the endgame buffs of Soul, Elder, and Baron.
Yeah, and Quid now very close even to his death cap. Already had that third item, Zonia's, and working towards that death cap. Probably going to have the gold once they get the Baron, and that is going to be a massive spike for him. He's actually now ahead of Kaney after being way down for so long in this game. Quid and Ayla on the side here, looking to keep them away. Remember, they have that Elder Dragon buff. A fight here feels kind of like suicide, but giving up both of those powerful buffs feels incredibly difficult as well. That's a situation Dignitas will be faced with here, though. They've got to hope they can wave clear, try to delay until that Elder does expire, but it's 140 until that happens, and that is an eternity in their position right now.
Certainly is. They're doing their best to try and clear out some of the minion waves, but the poke keeps on coming through from 100 Thieves. The onslaught now, once you're inside the base, you can farm all 3 waves as you slowly siege up here. Baron buff is going to do a lot of work. Elder Dragon poke.
Yeah, this poke is just so rough. Surdy is just paper. Surdy gets burst down by the stolen Elder Dragon, and now Quid just steals the Victor ult and drops it on his opponents to send them back to the fountain here. Elder plus Hextech Soul doing so much work. Shaden chunking down River incredibly low as well, though. Maybe that gives them a bit of an angle to try to hold on. It's up to Kaney and Tomo, but Quid is looking for it. Tomo has to pop the Ghost Blade and run back to the well as in goes Isles, but there's the immediate Zonias from Quid. The Chains of Corruption only connects onto Ayla, but Quid is alive and Quid is fighting. They're all piling in and looking to finish the game. It's just Kaney and Shaden now. Quid goes godlike, but then he goes down. 4 members of 100 Thieves standing tall in the base. The supers are coming, and they're looking to close this one out. 30 seconds now on the Elder buff. Ayla jumping forward, looking for an angle there onto Shaden. The gravity well is going to get dropped, and it's going to stun Ayla up. Kaney has got to find a miracle, but I think he doesn't have it in him. The respawn now, though, back from Surdy. Can they focus the Nexus? Surdy's in the middle. Shaden's down. Kaney's getting pushed back, and eyes on the Nexus for 100 Thieves. They'll complete the comeback, move to 3-2, and take down Dignitas.
We saw earlier today with the Galio that's in and the Rakan coming in as the final piece there.
Which do you like more?
To have that early access. For me, I feel like I like
one of those comps where mostly people are waiting for level 6s. So many of these champions are so ultimate based that I think we are going to start seeing a lot more action in these next couple of minutes.
And if we do see that action, I kind of agree. I want to see
now going to move in and try to reclaim some vision here. Fudge does have his teleport, but Castle's actually just moving up right now. He had push, and they're actually going to look for Seos, but here comes the teleport. Scary Jerry immediately has to flash, but here's the follow. Scary Jerry is down incredibly low, and he's going to be first blooded by Contract. The spicy hot pot going to be landing on Huhi. He's gone. In comes the gas.
They're
Recalling for Fudge. The flash forward there from Avidag is mashed by Fudge, so not able to get the Rune Prison down.
Fudge does have ult.
And Fudge does have ult, as you say. Contract is in the area, but it looks like they're not going to commit to it because B-Boy is pretty late to the play. He's just now walking out towards mid lane. Palafox had no tier to stay safe down here on this bottom lane, but it does mean that this time around, no equalizer, no way for Shopify to walk up to this tower, and it is going to be first turret taken here for DSG, so they're going to be able to claim that. And now means they're just
to any sort of early play from the Alistar Jarvan Bruiser combo here, and they're looking for it again.
Yeah, they're going to be looking here onto Exu, who's a little bit too far forward. Is going to have to pop the Crescent Guard immediately, but in goes Huhi. Great engage, but where's the follow-up? Not there just yet, but Palafox going to get CC'd up and burst down. Seo's going to have to flash over the wall. To do it, but he is chunked down low, and now the Herald going to be summoned up.
All right, Herald will get charge off. I mean, it's interesting they're doing this trailing play on top side. I guess they were thinking there was going to be some, sort of offensive play up there, but it's Dragon taken for DSG. They're not trying anything on top side, so kind of straggler play there where Fudge was hovering behind Palafox. Doesn't really find anything for Shopify, and they're just going to lose out on that Dragon. The side tower starting to open up, though, on opposite side.
Scary Jerry's kind of split from the rest of the team. We'll see if they can find any sort of engage. Who he is looking. But meanwhile, they're dropping multiple waves bot, and they're giving up the free tier 1. They're trading that for the tier 1 top. But both teams are just kind of dropping one side of the map and playing only through 2 lanes. It goes forward. It does take a pretty big chunk of damage, but nothing too bad.
Yeah, they just kind of agree to trade the opposite side lanes what it really does is, yeah, open up the map for more room to play with here, since teleports are ready. Galio ultimate is ready. They're teleporting behind into that deep vision they placed earlier.
X2's going in. He's going to pop the Crescent Guard already. Castle is coming, and in comes the Galio ultimate, and Jarvan is gone. Contracts is just out of there. Seos trying to run on the other side. It's Abadaga in trouble. It's going to be Fudge and Palafox taking him down. They get the shutdown. Seos going back in. Scary Jerry's got a flash, but here's the flash follow from Fudge. Fudge is going to cook him up. It's Scary Jerry for dinner. His Castle's trying to run, but he's got no real... Not going to be able to be challenged here at this Dragon, so they will be secure this. Interesting little tidbit. Last person to play Spellbook Recon was actually also Huhi. It was back in 2023, so has been a couple years since that has popped up, and it was also him with that tech. He has swapped out the Ghost now for Exhaust, so he's going to be on Exhaust Heal for now, and we can see if we can find some good value from that. Scary Jerry just trying to clear out the wave, but there is no flash for him, and he is in so much trouble. In comes the Galio ultimate, but will it even get anything done here? They're just tanking up the tower. B-Boy's going to withdraw. Everyone is kind of withdrawing right now here. Abadaga is cleaning house, and yeah, you have the GAs, but you're still giving over gold.
Do some crazy stuff on that buff.
That's why I like the Flowers Otacon much more. My team doesn't do that. When they get the Flowers one, they just peacefully pick the Flowers, as they are going to be able to drop the Equalizer here, push back XU, finally claim that tier 1 tower.
XU using their flashes in this one with the ultis down. It looks like it's going to be burn down free Dragon for Shopify.
Yeah, this is nice. You just have two people doing that while Contracts and Palafox staying up here, making sure there's no sort of a cheesy Baron play that they are looking for on the other side. So they are able to eke out this big one-fight impact here to be able to try to turn things around. Scary Jerry now also has his IE, which is, of course, a really big purchase there for the MF. Now has that kind of trifecta of heavy AD items that really make the ultimate incredibly powerful. As Palafox and Contracts just trying to maintain vision on that side. XU going forward here, trying to get some damage down on Seos, but it's XU that's in so much trouble, and XU's just dead to start the fight. Hui flashes in, does get the double charm. The bullet time is connecting on nothing, though, as Abadaga is fighting Fudge on the side. Palafox goes forward, in goes Castle with the taunt. Scary Jerry has to flash from the engage coming in from Seos, and it's Scary Jerry on the run as B-Boy and the rest of them are chasing him down. Scary Jerry late barrier
off the bat, so it's going to be him walking up, going for the W, but immediately as he charges in, knock up. Ezreal is hitting him. Azir is hitting him. Doesn't ult slowly take out secondary tower here on bottom side. DSG, not a lot you can do in the face of this. Just try and play a little bit more defensively near your inhibitor towers. But even then, the Baron buff gonna
use his flash, but that is all he will have to use. And now they got to rush down towards that bot lane to try to defend this wave as it is coming in. Nicely timed play though from DSG, as there are those desynced waves. So they kind of committed to bot, clear that out, go towards mid, force a flash. But now this wave comes in, and it's going to mean the end of their first tier 3 tower falling down, and that mid wave will be arriving here pretty soon. We'll see if DSG are going to try to force an engage. Looks like they will just accept at least the one inhibitor loss. The question is, will you defend the mid lane? They're not really in position. It's already spawned. This will be Mountain Soul going to Shopify unless they can instantly force a fight here. XU trying to walk in, is going to get comboed, and XU is incredibly low. This time pops the Crescent Guard. Hui going in on the side is going to be able to land the charm, but the Equalizer not getting much done. It only connects onto Castle, so maybe there's a chance for a re-engage here. XU, though, has lost a lot of health. Hui did use his ult as well as the heal, and there's a great engage over onto Abadaga. Abadaga not going to get followed up on, though, because Scary Jerry was laying down covering fire, and it's now Contracts in trouble, but he's able to get over the wall, and Palafox goes in, gets a kill. In comes B-Boy. On the side, Castle is going to get knocked down as Fudge goes God like Shopify. It's a closer one than last time, but they still take the fight. They still take the Dragon. They're TPing down towards bot lane as B-Boy's finishing off Scary Jerry. He's going to get that kill. They're going to grab the Mountain Soul, and they are going to try to push for the win here. It's XU and Hui alive, but they have got nothing to say about this. Shopify will claim the game and their second victory of the split.
This motherfucker!
Whoa!
You guys ruined my 100% KP, bro. Sorry. Wow, that's fucked up.
Can we get a Ludwig check-in instead?
I love that, man. The emotion, they're pumped up, they take him down.